Question.
In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smiling. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Good morning to the DMV and the rest of the world. This is your girl, REESE, aka the best that ever did it. And happy Wednesday, happy hump day, and happy Black History Month. This is the first day of Black History Month. It's only 28 days. So I hope you all come on in and participate with us. We got a good show for you guys today. Today is our Wellness Wednesday day, and we have a special guest in the building. But before I get to our special guest, let me introduce you guys to my co-host, to my ride or die, my side-by-side chick, Miss Lady B. Good morning.
Good morning, family. Good morning, everybody. We have Brenda Ruffin in the house, DJ Slicky Boo Boo, of course. And I guess our other family will be joining us shortly. We thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes, definitely. Special guest today. We got to treat you guys. Because this is Wellness Wednesday, we got a trifecta, a quadruple. We got a physical fitness trainer. We have an actress. Yes, and we have the CEO of Swag in the house. Welcome everybody to Miss Kathy with an I, Muhammad. Hey, Kathy.
Hi, how y'all doing?
We're doing great. Miss Kathy, tell them about, before we get into spilling the tea, tell them about Swag, because I know they know about the physical fitness and the actress, but I don't know if a lot of people know about Swag, and I love that.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, okay. I'm glad that you asked me about Swag, and I would like to say thank you very much for having me on your program today. I appreciate that very much. So yes, in 2014, after I retired, I founded an organization called Swag, and it's called Serving Women Across Generations. And the mission of that organization is to empower women of all races, ages, and religions. And the goal of the organization is just that we can understand the challenges that other people are going to and also learn from those challenges. So for at least once a year, I host panel discussions where we have women from all walks of life talking about the challenges they have gone through, how they have overcome them, which also gives an opportunity to other women to ask questions and to just be inspired to start their own business or maybe to start their own magazine. And I've had panel discussions on mental health, which a lot of people, as you know, a lot of families have people in their family who have mental illnesses, but they don't talk about it. So my panel discussion was an opportunity to let's talk about it. We know people are having challenges, and let's give them, and I had resources available. Also, I had a panel discussion with women under 35. These are boss ladies that are doing their thing. They're younger, but guess what? Everybody can learn from them. So I had audiences of older and younger people that were inspired by these young ladies that were deciding they wanted to make a difference, and they did.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. So you and our very own Lady B have a whole lot in common. We'll get to that also later on in the show. But this is my favorite time of the show where we what Molly's call us is gossipers, but I call it news. But it's time to spill the tea with Lady B. Hey.
Mm. Good morning. First, we're going to start out by recognizing someone in Black history. Not, and his name is Charlie Pride. These are 9 things you didn't know about Charlie Pride. Charlie Pride is one of the most well known country singers of all time. At the peak of his career in the early to mid 1970s, he even became the best selling performer for RCA Records since Elvis Presley. The Country Music Hall of Fame member has had countless hits over the years since his very first single, The Snakes Crawl at Night, and he continued to release music up until his death at the age of 86 in 2020. Here are 9 things. His invitation to join the Opry came much earlier than his induction. Pride made his Opry debut in 1967, making history as the first black solo singer and only second black performer to appear on the show. Shortly after Pride's debut, he was invited to join the institution. However, due to the performance requirements, he politely declined.
Mm.
I He said, I had a standing invitation to join since 1967, but they had a requirement that you had to play 26 Saturdays per year, and those were the best days where you could draw and make your money out on the road, Pride told Country Star Central. You weren't making that much when I was starting out. I made about a nickel a single from RCA. Wow. And $100 to $200 for a gig on the road. So at the time, it was an economical thing for me, and I didn't argue with it. Country music basically is known for that factor. It's like a family, all for one and one for all. It's not that way now as much, but it was when I came along. Number 2, he had a huge family. He grew up one of 11 siblings to sharecropper parents in the Delta town of Sledge, Mississippi. Parents Mac and Tessie B. Stewart Pride raised their children in a 3-room house and taught them to be grateful for what they had. There were 8 boys and 3 girls, and we were farmers. Number 3, his father inspired his love of country music. Pride has said that when he was growing up, his father would play the Grand Ole Opry broadcast on the radio. He was drawn to the bluesy rhythms and country twang of artists like Hank Williams, eventually teaching himself to play the guitar by mimicking the artists he listened to on a regular. He was also a talented baseball player.
Mm-hmm.
He pursued music after his baseball career hit a snag. After rejections from major league teams, the Angels and the New York Mets, it was time to pursue his passion for music. And number 6, he's a family man. Pride has been married to his wife, Rosine, since 1956. They welcomed 3 children, Craig, Dion, and Angela. He won numerous awards throughout his career. Pride won 13 awards, including 4 Grammy Awards, one of which was a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Mm.
He had over 30 number 1 hits. And number 9, his wife Rosine is to thank for his collaboration with Dolly Parton. Despite his status as a country icon, Pride was still nervous to approach Dolly Parton about recording Parton's song God's coloring book for his album Pride and Joy, a music collection. As reported in the American Masters documentary on Pride, Roseanne called Parton on Charlie's behalf. Parton agreed as long as she could sing the song with pride.
Hmm.
So that's our moment in Black history this morning.
Mm. Wow.
So,
All right.
yes, our next story comes from a young couple in Iran were sentenced to 10 years in prison after they were filmed dancing together. A
Mm.
couple in their 20s were sentenced to 10 years in prison for dancing in a video that went viral. They were convicted They were
Mm.
convicted of promotion of impurity and indecency and propaganda against the government. Their sentences came as Iran continues to arrest thousands in connection to mass protests in 2022. Wow, they
Wow.
received
Mm.
10 years.
Wow. Mm.
Get
I'm
arrested for dancing.
never going there.
They strict.
Wow.
They strict in the foreign countries, and I can't even say they strict because religion. Because I don't know why they that strict. Is that country policy or is it due to religion? But for you to get arrested for dancing, you know that's
Yeah.
pretty deep. All right, moving
Okay.
right along.
So the next story will be DC police chief doesn't support victims of violence. In an interview with WTOP, DC Police Chief Robert Conti said the pending 450-page overhaul comes bundled with measures he sees as impeding a victim's pursuit for justice following a violent crime, including a reduction in maximum penalties for some offenses. Conti's views echo similar comments from the U.S. Attorney for D.C. and Mayor Muriel Bowser, whose veto of the bill was overridden last month by a 12 to 1 council vote. Ward 8 council member Trayon White was the only member voting in opposition. He said, I've been
Mm.
very public about where I stand on that. Anytime we're talking about lowering penalties for violent offenders who commit crimes in our city, that's a non starter for me. Conti said, yes, I agree that the criminal code needs to be reformed, but the damage that's done to people, the trauma that victims get exposed to, I don't think that's given enough weight through my lens.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm.
Okay.
Well, as y'all being DC residents growing up in DC, what are your opinions on that real quick? Because I agree with Trey on, but I'm not a DC resident.
I agree with them too. I mean, because it's
I've already,
human life, and
I've
when
spoken this story.
well, okay. So I was just saying that I just think that I agree with them because when your human life is taken, it's just not that one person's. It affects everybody. It affects their family. It affects everything. So yeah, I mean, violent crimes, yeah, it should be treated harshly because you're taking away a life.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Good morning, Blue Phoenix. Um, I was hoping that you would be able to make the show today, but I'm glad I see you in the audience. Great day to you, Phoenix. Yeah, totally, Kathy. I agree. I don't know if you can see the people comment as they come up and stuff like that, but
Oh no,
they
okay,
comment through Facebook. I got to make sure they on Instagram and YouTube as well. But
okay,
Facebook, my family is there on Facebook.
oh, okay.
Um, Go ahead, Bernice.
Okay, our next story, which I like to call a mental health moment. Could changes in speech patterns help diagnose depression early? Depression is a common mental health illness that can lead to debilitating symptoms. To reach an accurate clinical diagnosis, doctors will carefully collect data on a person's symptoms, history, and presentation. Data from a recent study found that examining speech may be a critical way to help identify depression in people that have not yet been diagnosed. Further research is needed to understand how speech changes among people who are depressed. Depression is a significant mental health disorder. Accurate diagnosis ensures people get the guidance and help they need to manage their depression. Diagnosing a person with depression involves looking at various behavior changes that indicate depression.
Mhm.
Wow. Well, I believe that it help, that it may help.
I mean, I can't be sure. That's why I guess they're doing a study on it because you honestly, and the way I look at it is you have to be around a person a lot because if you're not, you can and will miss symptoms. Period. So
Yeah, but
maybe this will help, maybe it won't, but you have to pay close attention because, as I always say, the ones who smile at you the hardest are usually the ones struggling.
Mm.
yeah,
Mhm.
because it's all a facade. It's just like we all do that when we're going through something, or you may not be feeling good, and somebody say, "How are you?" We lie immediately. I'm fine. I'm fine. No matter what we go through, we put on that facade, that we're fine because we don't. Sometimes we don't want people to know how much we're hurting inside, and we have to change the narrative to that to let everybody know it's okay to hurt. It's okay to feel pain because every time when we're feeling or going through something, I get so tired of people saying, "Oh, suck it up," or "You always hurt," or "You always this," or "You always that." But if it's true, why can't I express that? And it makes a lot of us not say nothing or just say, I'm fine," because we feel that nobody really cares when they ask that question. How are you? You really don't care about how a person is. It's just being polite. It's just etiquette.
Well, the thing
Mhm.
about that is we have to be careful who we share information with because people can often affect your mental health by saying those things. And that is something that, it really bothers me because stop telling people get over it. Stop telling people, oh, you all right, you always talking about it. I'm talking about it because I need to be heard. I need to know someone cares. I need to express myself. We have to start letting people know it's okay to not be okay.
That's right.
We
And
need
that's
people are searching for a safe place. And trust me, not everybody is a safe place. So we have to use caution because of the stigma attached to this movement. A lot of
that,
people don't understand till it arrives on their front door.
and then that's when hopefully they care a little bit, but not enough of us do. And we got to get that out there. Like it's okay, just like it's okay for men to have emotion. It's okay for
Exactly.
men to feel. But being a man, they grow up as saying that you got to suck everything in. It's okay to be emotional because you got feelings. You human. It's okay to express stuff.
Yeah, we are
But
all
we got to change that narrative.
exactly.
The next story, Bernice, you got something good for me.
MPS is to clear McPherson Square homeless encampment 2 months earlier than planned. Lord have mercy.
Mm.
The National Park Services plans to clear a homeless encampment on federal land in McPherson Square on February 15th, 2 months ahead of its previously planned clearing.
Mm.
NPS says it moved the clearing date up from its initial date due to crime and drug issues that have made DC social workers and mental health specialists feel unsafe at the site, a claim that the residents of the encampment and advocates contradict. The downtown site is the largest encampment in DC, according to MPS, and the announcement has sparked panic among the 70 or so people that live there. According to one advocacy group, the decision follows years of disputes over efforts to clear homeless encampments, which often involve federal and local officials butting heads with unhoused people and the advocates who support them.
Now, my thing. You know where I'm gonna go because I
Yeah,
keep
because
saying
I
it
was thinking it too.
over and over. All of these undocumented migrants that they're bringing from Texas and to Florida are pushing those people out. It
Yeah.
don't make no sense because I don't know if you guys remember there used to be that the mayor when she first got in there she gave everybody tents so they could have tent cities because if you didn't want to go in the shelter you would have your own little dwelling place. She started shanty town. That's basically what it is. Tent city. So now she wants to move everybody out of they gave them the tents and stuff to be outside. They gave them so now not only you're taking back the spot that you gave them, you telling them you can't camp here is going to be illegal, but at the same time you're flooding the city or letting the city be flooded with migrants where they have to close down the shelters for homeless people because they're housing the migrants. So the migrants are coming up and it's pushing out the residents who live here. Tokyo said, no, was that somebody said, you flew here, but I grew here. It's
Mm.
like they
Yeah.
mowing down the people that grew here that need the help. And to help the other ones, it's like they doing a gentrification of a whole state. Because I look at DC as being a little state. I do. They doing a
Mm.
gentrification. They moving people in. They changing the class of people that's dwelling in DC. And what's going to happen for you Washingtonians to the people who got roots there? We're gonna get mowed down. We're gonna get mowed over, and it's sad. It's so sad. I'm so disappointed. And the
Mm.
people, Trayon, y'all better fight and say something for these homeless people as
Mm.
well. And then you're talking about how crime is risen.
Mm.
Yeah, crime is risen. You're getting overcrowded, and people are forcing and muzzling and bullying their way in.
Mhm.
Mm,
Yeah, but the thing about it is, what we must realize is, yeah, she's in office and she holds the position of mayor, but there are people in her ear. There are people in her pockets. You have to understand this. And she's trying to hold on to her position. So therefore, she started it, and when she started it, she had good intentions. But see, now people are pushing at her. They're in her ear. We want this in the city. We want that in the city. And in order for her to maintain, she has to definitely give them some of the things that they want. And my thing is,
Mhm.
if these people are, you gave them their tents, they're, if they're violent ones, then those are the ones you remove, but don't punish everybody for the mistakes of some.
that's right.
Yeah,
That's
that's right.
right. And the
Mhm.
city has money. They have money too. It used to be a whole bunch of abandoned buildings. If they could have took a couple of them and turned them into additional shelters, anytime you got 42 or 46 million dollars, million with an M, $1 million to get free bus rides, you can't help these people with housing or place to live. These
Well, I
children.
thought
I
that's
mean,
what they were doing. I thought that they were using like I think they were like because now because of COVID they have a lot of abandoned buildings. So I thought that was a plan that they were going to be using the buildings that the government is no longer using because of COVID and because the people are working from home to house the migrants and the homeless.
Well, they're calling to end the at-home workers because the mayor says it's killing her budget. I believe that's
Mm.
the exact words. Yeah, so they're calling for
Mm.
people to come from out their homes and go back to work in these offices.
Oh, okay. Mm.
Yep. So
they have a mess.
it's gonna be a consistent battle, and I don't know.
It
Okay,
might be a mess. Mm.
next story. Whoopi Goldberg asks if we need to see white people get beat up to see change. Then then she quickly clarifies. The View co-host Whoopi Goldberg wondered on Monday if we need to see white people get beat up to see meaningful police reform before clarifying that she was not suggesting that following the death of Tyree Nicholas. Do we need to see white people also get beat before anybody will do anything? She said, I'm not suggesting that. So don't write us and tell me what a racist I am. I'm just asking, is that what people have to see in order to wake up and realize this affects us all? She also wondered when this brutality would finally lead to some police reform from the ground up. She said, I asked this question way too many times at this table. But when will the brutality finally lead to some police reform from the ground up? Because Clearly, it doesn't matter if it's a white policeman or a black policeman. It is a problem in in the policing itself. It seems things don't seem to make sense to people unless it's somebody they can feel or they can recognize, she said. Wow. Good question though.
It's all part of the agenda. It's all part of the agenda, and unfortunately, uh, you may have to see that more publicly. See, every time a white person or somebody of another hue is getting beat up, it's because it's somebody afflicting it on them, not the police per se, because the police, will be the black person, black and blue, you know. But they the white people are getting jumped by the neighbors or gangs or whatever have you. It's very seldom you see the a white person actually getting tore up by the police. And when they do, they hurry up and quickly dismiss those stories. They need to
Yeah,
publicize it. You need to
that's
see
right.
it. You
Mm-hmm.
need, like Reginald Denny got beat up, but he didn't get beat up by no cops. He got
Mm-hmm.
beat up by regular people. That when Rodney King incident happened, when they acquitted all of those white police officers for beating Rodney like a
Mm-hmm.
badass child, boom,
Mm-hmm.
all of them they got acquitted and all that. That's when the riots took place. Okay, you see how quickly that they dispersed
Yeah.
on this group of black men, and they got them out of there. They got them fired. They got them. There wasn't no long drawn out trial. Wasn't no long drawn out process, and it is because of color. It's actually because of color, and I think they was almost
Okay.
waiting for that.
Oh baby, but the white cop who they uh people start revealing who was also at the scene and tased Tyree has been fired. I don't know if the charges will be coming, but he's been fired.
All of them that was part of it need to be fired. Whether you white, black, Chinese, everything that
Well,
they
we
because they
already
did
know
that boy wrong.
we already know the black men have been fired and
Mm.
Well, I just feel too like you were saying. I mean, we all know here living in
charged.
America.
But
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, living in
Your
America,
mic
we all
going
know the story.
in and out, Bernice.
Yeah,
Probably leave out, come right back because you're going out, in and out.
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, we all know living in America as a black person or a person of color, what goes on. I mean, we're no fools. We know exactly what happens, regardless of what they say in the news or anything else. But my whole thing is again we had when we had the incident with the black person that was held down and died and was killed. Those white officers involved, they wasn't fired right away. They weren't fired
Exactly.
right away. It was a quote unquote investigation. I mean, he was killed, he was murdered, but it was an investigation. But with the black people, and I know that the chief down there is a black female. And the thing about it is, the justice, I guess you could say, was swift for them. And it could be because, she was in place and she made sure, the miscarriage of justice was taken care of. But I don't know who was in charge with the other, whether it was a white male or not. But with that white male, they didn't get fired quickly. It dragged on. And another thing, like you said, we all know what happens in the news when it's a black person involved. Oh, it's sensationalized for what, a week or a month or something like that. But when it happens to a white person, one day it might happen one day, and then they move on to something else, or they'll make a comment like, well, he was under pressure, or this was a problem, or poor him. But for us, it's not that. And as we all know, when they say justice, they talking about just us.
Yeah.
They definitely
That's and
not talking
that's
about us.
yeah, they're not talking
And it's
about us.
not, it's only the negative stuff that's sensationalized. That good stuff is like a fart in the wind. It's like poof.
Right.
Like where did good
Yeah.
stuff go? Where did good show go? Where did
Right.
good stories go? Nope,
Mm-hmm.
but let some negative stay, and they keep drilling your head over and over. So if you're looking at the news with the boob tube, you're going to get the wrong impression of us as a people, of us as
Absolutely.
culture, and the other countries looking in, and they say America is infidels. America need to be, it's just everything because they're getting drilled, they're getting uh, programmed.
Oh,
Hmm.
Program. And I'm just woo. Miss Bernice,
yes.
you ready for the next story? You got something good for us?
Girl, please.
See, that's the news. Katie find that good.
Well, I just want to say too, when Wes Moore became the black governor of Maryland, I mean, okay, they had his inauguration and they that day, and then they had the ball and all like that. But I don't see a whole lot of press about the first black governor of Maryland. Okay, you
Ever.
saw what happened when like you were saying, inauguration, the ball, and all that. But I'm not seeing a lot of press on that because we all know what's up about that.
Gone. But wait till he do something that they don't like. Wait,
Right?
watch how that play out. Wait till they do something or make a statement that he don't like. See how long they get drugged in the news. People in other states and other other states, other parts of the world don't even know we still got a black governor, governor of Maryland for the very first time. We history. This Black history. They still don't know that that's
Well, I
history.
mean, do you really hear that much about Kamala Harris? Do you really, as a vice
But she
president, do you
disappeared.
really
I mean,
anything?
she. Well, remember she got in and she said she was something else other. So hey, but this tells it. Your
There you
hue
go. That's the story, right?
tells it.
That's the story, right?
Don't matter what you say you are. I identify as a lot of stuff. I identify as a 110-pound white woman. But why won't people see me as that?
Hmm.
That's what I identify as.
Mm,
Go ahead, Bernice. If I get in trouble.
mm,
Bernice,
yes.
is you still laughing over there? Because I hear you go,
Okay. Final story. FDA announces overhaul of food program to protect consumers and food supply. The head of the Food and Drug Administration on Tuesday announced an overhaul of the agency's Food Safety and Nutrition Division, vowing that a new structure will better protect consumers and the U.S. food supply. FDA Commissioner Dr. Robert Califf said he would create a new human foods program led by a deputy commissioner with authority over policy, strategy, and regulatory activities for the part of the agency that oversees 80% of the foods Americans eat. This is one of the most important changes in the history of the FDA. The move merges two existing FDA programs and some regulatory authorities, tapping a single leader, unifies and elevates the program while removing redundancies, enabling the agency to oversee human food in a more effective and efficient way. The announcement follows months of scrutiny of the FDA over contamination at a Michigan factory that led to a nationwide infant formula shortage. And it
mm,
follows a sketching report that found the FDA's food division was plagued with decentralized leadership and a culture of constant turmoil that impeded actions to protect public health. So,
well, what in the hell are they saying? They getting ready to the new food program, boy, because they was doing a lot of unsafe practices before. Because I had a friend that
yeah.
worked for the FDA, and they were saying that if we knew that what they let come in and gave it to consumers, money rules everything, that they were
Hmm.
paid to turn the other cheek, to let stuff slide. If they
Hmm.
knew what we were actually consuming, the American people, that it would make you cry. And I'm even scared now. So what does that mean? What are they getting ready to do now? It's enough that we got the GMOs and then making fake this and making all that and then combining the splitting genes and making fish that could like with the eel and the salmon. They get ready to mix that to make some kind of fish. They get ready. If
Yeah.
you ain't going to vegetables, oh, get ready to turn vegan. They messing with everything, and they
They
doing
mess
it so
with
they
the
can hurt
vegetables as
us.
well. They mess with our vegetables as well.
That's why you got to become farmers. That's why we got to learn how to till the soil and get back to our roots. We got to become real hunter gatherers again. But it's just so dangerous. Everything is so contaminated. That's why we have the high rate of cancer, the high rate
Mhm.
of birth defects, the high rate of everything. So much diseases. It's ridiculous. And you try to take care of your health and be healthy, and you get out there and work out. It's like it's almost, it don't matter what you do, it's going to get you.
Well,
Wow.
also, if you all know, I don't know if you had mentioned it on the news before, but everybody needs to talk to their congressman, write letters in for the black farmers in Montana. The whites there are trying to take their land away. They're trying to take their farms away. So contact your congressmen, your senators, let them know how you feel, that you do not want this to be another one of those incidences where, oh yeah, they're going to take our land because they want it.
They
Yep.
want it for a reason too. I didn't
Yeah.
even know there was any black farmers left because they was paying the farmers not to farm. The
Yes, it's
government
black
was giving
farmers.
them money. They was making buku money for not to farm. You paying, and then you want to say there's a food shortage or this shortage. Why aren't you paying the farmers not to farm? Pay them to farm. Help them to farm. But it's just control and the bullying this, and it's our government.
Well,
People, I
also it's
hope they wake
economics.
up.
It's economics because if they're paying the farmers not to farm, that way they can export from, or say import from other countries, that kind of thing. So that is stimulating the economy for other countries instead of like home first. Take care of home first. So yes, they were doing that, and also at this point, like I said, the black farmers are in jeopardy because the whites are trying to take their farms up there in Montana, and it's up to us to not let this happen.
That's right. That's right. What we gonna do, people? We always say Black Lives Matter, farm lives matters too. That's so our children can eat, so we can grow the crops and stuff that we need. And they trying to take it for a reason. They always have been, always. Woo, Bernice, was that the last story, Mama? Lady B?
Because we got people. Can you hear me?
No. Hello.
I don't know what's going on.
Um. Okay, can you say that over again? What are the people saying? I know there's comments.
Louisa said, "Who is this beautiful bush lady on the panel today?"
Mm.
Miss Kathy Muhammad, that's our special guest of the day.
Okay, Louisa said that's true, Lady B. Brenda said Twitch from Ellen is a perfect example. Who knew he was depressed?
Mm.
Okay.
That's right.
I can't see any other comments. Do we?
It's a lot
Somebody
of
named
you.
Gail.
Gail
Yeah,
said,
but
"Good morning." Louisa said, "So where are they going to place the unhoused?" Good question. Kendall says, "Speak, Miss B. Depression is tough. Mental health is hard. That safe place is needed. You are right. When I was going through depression, the person used it to attack me. Opening up to the right people is important."
Hmm.
DJ Slicky
okay.
Woo said they did that here in Baltimore. I think he's talking about the tents. Louisa said that's unfortunate. This is one of the biggest reasons men don't share their pains. I agree. I saw a post this morning. This black woman says, just a reminder, black men aren't intelligent. What?
What?
Yeah. Uh,
That's sad because they used to say the same thing about black people. Period. Remember, the white folks thought that about you, for to say that. People got, Lord have mercy.
I
But
mean, it is.
everybody knows that the reason that, negative things are always forced upon the black people, always, it's always something negative about their intelligence or how they look or something like that, because black people, we know this, black people, we are viewed as a threat because we are so intelligent. We make something, let's face it, we can make something from nothing,
That's
and
right.
still we rise. And just look
Amen.
at the fact that we started, when we were brought over here in 1619, using our power to build America. We all know this. It was our power to build America. But if anybody thinks that Black people are not intelligent, that Black people are like beasts of burdens and don't have a brain, then they're stupid. They're ridiculous, because Black people rule the world. And the thing about it is we know who we are, they know who we are, and they want to stop us from being great.
Yeah, they do. But that's why it's so important that we come together and stop being part of the problem. When you bash your sister
Yeah,
or your brother, you're part of the problem. You
yeah,
are a part of the problem. You need to look in the mirror and check yourself, because
yeah.
if they tearing us down and we tearing us down, how
Mhm.
do we win?
That's right. Another thing, if you're taking your dollars out of the Black community before making sure you buy from Black people, and I'm talking about hair products, nail services. It's like many quality Black nail technicians, quality Black not hair salons, but I'm talking about beauty supplies. We spend a lot of money in those two areas because everybody wants to look good. I'm telling you right now, before you spend your money outside of your race, you need to go ahead on and Google the black nail salons, the Black beauty supply stores, any type of
Uh,
Black facility in your area,
Just
clothing.
open.
Do that first.
The one that just opened in DC by the lady that owned the Spice Suites. This
I
is the
Exactly.
first time that we
understand.
got a whole strip mall, Black owned
Hmm.
strip mall, and I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
I saw
loving
it.
it. And they have
I love
Black
Black
enforced,
business
I
too.
think that's what it's called.
I love Black business too, but a lot of our Black people rob us. I went to get, first of all, I do things within the budget. I have a large family, and as y'all know, I'm just uh uh taking care of my granddaughter as well. If I can go to the Chinese people and get my nails done for $70 versus just getting a full set at a Black salon that's gonna cost me $150, honey, you won't get my money. Because what our people have to realize, yes, you're trying to make it, but so are we. So where are the businesses that support their lower class Black people? Instead of charging me $80 for one shirt, where are the people who understand that your people, a lot of them are struggling.
Yeah,
This,
You
that's
this,
have
true.
to,
And
you,
like you
they want
said,
us to compromise, but are you making it feasible for me to shop at your store?
that's a good thought. And that's something that, like you were saying, maybe
Mhm.
you could Google that, or also maybe when you go to the store in question, the black owned store, you might mention this to them. But I will tell you that I do use a Black nail person, and trust me, a full set is not $150, and I will be more than happy to share Shannon's information with you after we get offline.
That'll
yeah,
work for me.
definitely.
But
That,
if I can find somebody who's reasonable, I'm good
Yeah.
with it. I want
that's
to support the Black people. I'd rather
that,
have a
Mhm.
Black girl doing my nails. They got more sass. Not
that's
trying to be
the
That's right.
same way with Beyonce and these tickets and these people that's in these concerts. They have these tickets that's high priced
Mhm.
out of our range, the normal
right.
range. But
Right.
somehow people find the money to go see her. They find the money. People do what they want to do,
That's
and
right.
we got some good people
Yeah.
that goes about serving the community, and some
Hmm.
people are doing the money grab. You
Yeah.
know,
Hmm.
when Prince was alive, he said that that's why his tickets was priced reasonable so everybody could come and enjoy the show. He had because I had a $50 ticket right up front when he was alive. He got them tickets where we could afford to go see the show. I can't afford no $700 balcony row in the rafters ticket to
Yeah.
see 1400. Her ticket was going for 14. Do you know if I'm gonna pay 1400 to see Beyonce and Jay Z? I better be waking up with Blue Ivy. I better be saying, "Hey, Blue Ivy, your mama fixing us some breakfast." I better be on stage part of the damn band if I gotta pay all of that money. Come
Yeah,
on
but
now.
but don't forget, you're not only paying for your ticket, you got to pay for your outfit, because you're gonna look good when you go there. You got to pay for your hair, you got to pay for your nails. So you're talking more how much the tickets are. But I'm with you, and I
14,
found this out.
1700. So
Yeah,
you will pay $1,700 for a ticket to come in there wearing a potato sack. Hey,
that's right. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
Lord.
right.
I mean, we have to compromise. Just like it's this boutique that I love this. I love these people. They are people who work in the community. They have looked out for me, but I cannot afford to shop in their boutique. But I will tell people, oh, he got nice stuff. I will promote his business. I
Hmm.
sure will. His name is Mr. Kevin. He owns La Threads Boutique right here on Good Hope Road. He good
Hmm.
folks, but I can't afford to shop with you, Mr. Kevin. I love you to death.
Give her some discounts. Where is the community
That's right.
Yes,
discount?
Lord.
We
I
got
will
the
promote your business.
coupons. Where the coupons? See, people used
That's
to
right.
laugh at me going on Groupon to go to different places. But
Mhm.
Groupon used to be where I'm telling you, you go as a group, you get cheaper rates. Mr. Kevin, if 5 people come in your store, can we all get a blouse for $30 a piece? And
I
Yeah.
we'll
know
give
Mr.
you
Kevin.
those.
He do t-shirts, the t-shirts for his memory. He do buttons. He got cell phones. He do clothes. His boutique. He got a lot going on. You know what? And him and his wife, I have to say, they are pillars of the community. These people are amazing, and I love them. I can't afford to shop with you, but I promote your business.
But
Yeah, I
let's
was since you're promoting him, I would say, look, Mr. Kevin, I love your shop. I love what you do. I'm here promoting you. What can you do for me, sir? I would really appreciate if you could do something for me because I'm doing something for you, and we got to work together
That's
to
right.
build
That's
it.
how we do that. And speaking of working together, um, I'm going to work and introduce Miss Kathy Muhammad to the world so we could know who she is. This is your portion of the show, Kathy, where the spotlight is on you, boo. So tell the people a little bit about
Promote
yourself,
your business.
where you are, and all that good stuff. So the mic is yours, darling. What do you want
Okay,
us to
okay.
know?
Thank you. Thank you. And I'm really having such a great time here on your show with you and Lady B. It's been great, and Molly too. But I just want to say that I was brought up here in DC in Southeast. So and now I live in the suburbs, okay? But hey, I still go to DC and stuff like that, okay? Still like to go to DC. And I want to say that I'm an actor. I've been acting since 2017. I've been doing quite a lot of movies and industrials, commercials, TV series. So I'm very excited about that. I just finished a movie that you all are going to love, and it's called The Kickback. And it's about two young brothers that are just having a lot of adventures to get things done. And as a matter of fact, I played the BFF of Gwen Factor, so that was exciting. So I'm hopeful that once it's complete, you all will come out and support us. A lot of young people in the movie, so it's just great, and I hope you all will support that. I'm so excited. And then I have several other movies that I'm coming up on, and 2024 already. I'm going to be a superhero. I'm going to be called the Water Queen in a new, it's called DJ Adventure. So it's going to be a big production. I'm excited about that. And also I founded in 2014 an organization called Serving Women Across Generations, and that is a nonprofit organization that includes women of all ages, races, and religions. And the whole idea behind my organization is to show that women all have challenges and they all have solutions to their challenges. They're not in it by themselves. Other people have experienced some of the things that others have, maybe younger, maybe older. And the goal is to bring the women together so they can discuss their challenges, discuss their differences, discuss their solutions, and come up with an idea of how to make their life better, how to make their journey better. So I cater to the women that are 18 and above. 18 is the age that they're just starting out, and so our colors are pink and purple. Pink is, I think, I thought of pink because these are like for women that are just starting on their journey and they're young and coming forward. And then purple for women who have traveled through their journey, still traveling through their journey, making wise decisions, have gained a lot of wisdom. So that's what the purple is, for wisdom. And I just bringing the women together is just so rewarding. And as I had stated, I have done panels. That's my focus. I do panels like at least once a year. Um, my events are on mental health. I've done a panel on mental health, overcoming challenges. Uh, I've dealt with a lady who had a drug addiction problem, and change that challenge into a passion of hers, and she was a fashion designer. So I have a woman who was raising two children. She was a single mom raising two children, but raising her children with excellence. You know, the fact that she's a single mom, she still wanted her children to have the best. She was going to make sure that they were good children, they were good people, so let people know that, hey, you know, you might be out here by yourself, but guess what, you have your children, but you're going to do great. Your children are going to be great. Also, I did a panel discussion with women that were under 35. One had her own ice cream store, one had her own lipstick line, one was a fashion designer, and one had her own magazine. This is to show that, okay, women under 35, they're getting it done too. These are like bosses, they're making it happen. So I just, and I get before the pandemic, my team and I, we did a swag event for caregivers. And it was an idea where the women could come together. Look, if they wanted to sit in their chair and not do anything, if they wanted to shop, if they wanted to talk, if they wanted to listen, it was just their time. Because as we know, caregivers, oh my gosh, they give up themselves so much.
Right.
I call them selfless warriors, because it's a challenge. I too was a caregiver, and I know how it can affect you. So my goal, or our goal for swag, was to show women, look, we care. You care about yourself. Come on out. Just sit in your chair and be quiet if you want to. Just do something for yourself. So,
Yeah,
Yes.
that's amazing.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
Molly made a comment,
mhm.
and he said people who charge a lot feel like if we can pay thousands of dollars for Gucci, Balenciaga, we can buy their product. Not all of us wear that stuff. So,
That's right.
you know, for me, that goes back to you're placing everybody in one basket. And I keep telling everybody, I'm flying on a budget. I don't believe in that. I'm promoting your name. Going broke, that's not something that Lady B is willing to do. They cannot put us all in one basket and assume that we're all spending that kind of money. I refuse. I don't know how they do it. I ain't spending $300 on nobody else's hair. If it ain't growing my head, I'm not paying that kind of money for it. So they have to look at their community. For me, it makes me feel like you're not involved in your community. You're not looking to see exactly what's going on. Yes, we do have those who pay all that money for a belt or a t-shirt or whatever the case may be. But are you looking at the others who are struggling to make ends meet? The ones who hitting up Foreman Mills. Why do you think Foreman Mills is still in business? Because we need that store.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. And you know, another thing, if you think about it, you know, I always think about designer things like, you know, like you say, Balenciaga and Prada and that kind of thing. The question is, how much do you think is costing them to make it versus how much
Exactly.
they're selling it to us for? So it's like, are you kidding
Exactly.
me? I'm not buying any designer stuff. I never forget. I read one time that they said Jordans were selling for like 240 dollars or something, but they cost something like $5 to make. Oh heck no! After
Well,
like
he told
big,
you he didn't make it for you. A lot of these designers tell you they're not making this for the regular person. People don't listen. They're too busy trying to keep up with the Joneses. And because of the
Exactly.
way society is, they feel like they
yeah,
need to get a Jordan. They need to do this, or they
yeah,
need to get an Hermes bag. Those
yeah,
bags wasn't made for you to get. So how you
yeah,
going to need to get something that wasn't even made for you in the first place?
yeah. But
And
how
then
about this? How
you get
about why
upset
don't
by
you
your own
focus?
stuff.
Yeah, but why don't you focus on taking that money and maybe investing in like a course to give you some self-esteem, to give you some good feelings about yourself, so therefore your worth is not caught up in what you're wearing.
Exactly. Exactly. Once we come to that understanding, people will be so much better off. We will
Yeah.
be so much better off because we need to understand, you know, and Molly just said he was talking about Shaq shoes. My sons grew up on Shaqs. They grew up on Shaqs. And you know the thing is, I respected him so much because he took the time to say, okay, well, I know all kids can't afford to go to this store. So I'm gonna create something they can get in this store. And people still make fun of you. It got Shaquille O'Neal name on it, but they still make fun of you. But
Yeah.
I have to respect his mindset. I'm gonna create something for these kids.
Right.
Okay. This is Wellness Wednesday. So, Miss Kathy, is your a spin class affordable? Tell me about your spin class. You teach a class in physical fitness.
Okay, yeah, hey guys. So yes, I was just gonna say, I always look at you talking about money and stuff. Like I look at your health is your wealth. So I do everything I can to stay healthy. So I teach aqua spin because I've done a lot of different exercises, and I found that this was for me. I love it, and what it is a lot of people haven't heard of it, but there's stationary bikes that are placed in the water, and the water comes up to you in the pool, and the water comes up to your chest, so I always liked it because my hair wasn't going to get wet. So, and all we do is we spin, we go fast. I say sprint. So we go fast and then we go slow. We spin, we ride off the back of the bike, we stand up, we squat, we do all different things on the bike. And it's affordable because, your health is your wealth. So you can take it's $9.50 if you drop in, or say if you decide to take it's 8-week class. If you're a Prince George's County resident, it's 68, and I don't know how much it is. It might be well, it is going to be additional more if you're not a resident, but you can always come on in and check it out. I find it is a great exercise because first of all, it cools you off because you're in the water, so you will sweat. Now I will make my class sweat, yeah, but the water cools you down, and also because you're in the water, it's pushing your joints through, so it's very easy it's just very easy on your joints. And I have several people in my class that have had hip replacements and knee replacements. So this helps them, with their either pre-op or even post-op, because it's just a great exercise. I love it. A lot of success stories. People have their cholesterol has gone down, their heart rate has gotten better. Just they've lost weight, of course, and it's just a great exercise, and I love it very much.
Now,
That's
how many
awesome.
times you said it's an 8 week course? How many times a week is the class? So how
No,
many times a week?
yeah, it's 8 classes. So it's gonna
Eight
be eight
classes.
classes. Yeah, and I do it 2 times a week. So
Oh, okay.
I do a morning time. I do 8:30. Sorry, I do 8 for beginners. I do 9 for intermediate. So beginners, they go a little bit slow. Intermediate, they go faster, longer term on a bike in between in between
Okay.
resting. So all you have to do is just bring your water shoes, wear your suit, of course, and just have. And even if you don't wear a swimsuit, what you could do, some people wear capris and they wear a t-shirt, whatever you feel comfortable in, because some people don't necessarily want to wear a whole suit. They just would like to wear something to cover. So yeah, and you just come on out, and gosh, you just have a great time. It's the best. I love it. I've
Okay.
been doing it now for 6 years. Shout out to my friend Donna, who said, Kathy, you're going to love it. And I said, no, I don't want to get in the water. I don't want my hair to get wet. She said, give it a chance. And I gave it a chance. And it's just wonderful.
So you started out as somebody taking a class, end up teaching a class.
Yes. There again, economics. I started out taking the class. I really loved it. So I said, hey, I want to get paid for this. So I got the training, and then I've been teaching it since it'll be it was 6 years in December.
Congratulations. And it used to be at what people we may know as being Pageant Corner. What's the name? Did they
Yeah, it
change it
used to be
to?
called Page's Corner, but it's called Allentown Splash Park, and it's at 7210 Allentown Road. So if you want to come and do a drop-in just to see if you like it, you can do that. Just come a little earlier than before 8 o'clock. That's for beginners. And then if you've done it before, you want to try it out again, 9 o'clock, come a little before 9 and do our intermediate. But I will tell you, Thursday is our last class for this session. And then we start out on Tuesday again for next session. So
Okay,
so what
on the
I do
seventh.
it's
On the 7th.
on the 7th. Yeah, well, I was gonna
Okay.
say it's like we build, so you start out slow, and then we're gonna get a little bit faster, and we do a little bit more as we go along. So it's gonna be intense on Thursday, but then I bring it back on Monday to the beginning where it's kind of easy. Like I tell
Okay.
my class, I say, look, we got a lot of work to do.
Okay. And one of our comedic friends just expired, Mr.
Hmm.
CJ Burney, Baltimore resident and a fabulous comedian, uh, just lost his life. And he was a big dude. Anybody who knows CJ Burney, and that got me, Gwen, and Michelle. We was like, we got to do better, because we want to get out there and do these shows. Which we got a
Mhm.
show coming up on February the 25th. Make sure you come out, Kathy, and support
Okay.
the girls right there, Bar 210. But we want to be in the best condition that we possibly can, so we can do give our best performances.
Mhm.
My girlfriend Nene Gerline, she always tell me get in the water because I have problems walking and moving because of my
Mhm.
weight.
Mhm. Well,
So
you know,
definitely.
if you get, because when you get into the water, it's the buoyancy of the water that helps you as well. So I mean, I'm like the bomb hydro spinner. But on land, I'm not that good on with that land bike. No, no, no. But on the water, yes, because the water makes everything better. And I do also want to shout out Candace Camille. She's a wellologist, and I work out with her Monday through Friday, and she has where you can go in the privacy from your home. So you can go on Facebook, and she has classes there. So it's just great. And don't forget, y'all, I know this is Black History Month, but don't forget it's also Heart Health Month. So what better time than February to get yourself started and make sure your heart is better as well.
That's right. I see Molly, so that means we coming to the end of our show. But Miss Kathy, I would love to have you on again. You got to come on again. We got to do a part two of this. Hey,
That's
where Lady
it.
B go?
I don't know. Her connection was going in and out, so we probably lost her. She probably popped
Oh,
back in. If not, great show,
Hmm.
Lady B. You really holding it down. I was stuck into the hat tea with Lady B. She had some good topics. I
Hmm.
can't wait to. I'm gonna talk to you more off the air, Miss Muhammad. I want to hold you up, and you ain't
Oh
let
no, you
people know your husband
know.
name. Let them know what your husband name.
Oh, my husband's name is Ali Muhammad. He's the man, the legend, Ali Muhammad.
yeah.
And how
But
long
I
was
just
y'all
want to say
married?
this is so much fun. It's like
45.
golly gee, it's gone by so fast. Gee.
Yeah, the time flies on here. Y'all had a big audience today too. Y'all watching the show, please follow the page. If you're on
Mhm.
Facebook, like, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. They on every morning, 10:30 to 11:30. Ms. Cadden, I'm pretty sure Reese gonna have you on again, but just let the people know who watching that they can always follow the page. If they want to be a guest on the show, they can be as well. And this is what they talk about every Wednesday, Wellness Wednesday. They talk about health, just trying to keep people aware of what they got going on out here in the community. But hey, I can't wait to talk to you again. Southeast Legends in the building. What up,
I'll
Woo?
be. Yeah, and I just want to say, tell everybody, get out there, don't stay in your house, go out, even though it's COVID, wear a mask. You never know who you'll meet. Because I met Reese, and it was the best experience ever, and it led to this. So thank you, Reese.
You're
Reese,
welcome.
Reese.
Miss Kathy, they can find you on all platforms as Kathy Muhammad. Kathy with the I.
Yeah,
Kathi,
yeah,
right?
and then actor, like for you can KATHIMUHAMMAD, and then also actor. I am KATHIMUHAMM on Instagram, and Kathy
Okay.
connects too on Instagram. But yeah, just follow me, y'all. KATHI. That's a I. MUHAMMAD. Muhammad.
Gotcha. I'm gonna add you myself. I'm gonna add you on all platforms. Hey, Louisa, we gonna be on Louisa's show tomorrow night. Both of us.
Yay.
So yeah,
Nope.
combo show, no filter show, merging together. Can't wait. Can't wait. You got anything you want to say to these people before we go, though, Reese?
Get y'all tickets for the event on the 25th. Contact me. The flyer will be out soon. Tonight I will be in this place called The Pocket. Me and Michelle Pucciarelli, Mac and Pooch out there in the streets, making them laugh.
Okay. Y'all still at it. You on White Michelle. We only call it White Michelle because we got
Because
a
you're
couple
white.
of
But
Black
we got a black
Michelle.
Michelle too. So that's
Uh,
why
Yeah.
we're not racist. We don't call her
Yeah.
white Michelle because we call black Michelle Black Michelle. When we talk, hey,
Yeah.
black
Yeah.
Michelle, white Michelle, that's how we differentiate the two.
Yeah, we call a
well,
lot of
I was
light
just gonna
skinned
say
people.
it was a pleasure on Sunday meeting you and Michelle. It was great. Y'all are very lovely people.
And they met us on a movie. We shooting another movie, Molly. We're gonna be in the Kickback.
Oh
But
man, that's good. I heard her say the Gwen factor, G factor.
yeah,
That's my girl right there. She too
yeah.
Yeah,
funny. So.
yeah.
Cassie plays
Oh.
Gwen's bestie, and they cougars. Them some old lady on the
Oh.
ground. Molly, watch out for the cougars.
Oh man, I can't wait. I'm gonna have to check that out.
That's just acting though, babe, because I'm good.
Oh, okay,
We
okay.
know you married for 43 years.
That's right.
Proud of
42
that.
years. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Proud of that.
That's big.
Proud of
That's
that.
big.
All
But
right.
all right. Let
Oh,
y'all see y'all in the background.
Shades of
Don't go
Blue.
nowhere.
Don't
Oh
forget
yeah,
to get the
shades of
book.
blue.
It's still available. And the Molly Mall Moss. You get a
All
book
right.
and a jar of sea moss. Are we still running that special, Molly?
Yeah,
If
it's
they get the book
lemonade
with the
though.
moss,
And yeah, shades of blue. And a jar of CMOS lemonade for $20. All you gotta do is get the book. The book basically 15, the CMOS 10. So you saving $10. You know,
yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
saving some money.
Okay.
yeah.
Out of $10. My man fall $5.
All right.
It's a
Lacey
good
said,
book.
"Please can't wait for the
Ladies,
movie."
swag, tell the people in your organization, read this. I challenge you to read it. And you're going to tell the ladies it's inspirational. Lady, women, and men.
Yes, yeah. Well, yeah, the organization serving women across generations. And oh, I forgot to make mention one of our members, VIP, she's our vice president, is having an exciting day on Saturday, this Saturday right here, and it's called Sip and Spa. So come on out. She's celebrating 32 years of pampering people, doing their hair. A lot of affordable vendors at
Affordable.
3206
Say that word
30
again.
affordable
Affordable.
vendors. Yeah, she's gonna have at her spot, which is 3206 Lucille Drive in Fort Washington. And if follow me, just go to my Facebook page and you'll see her the introduce the introduction for her event. But yeah, talking about health and spa. Come on out to Tanya's event. It's going to be great. She's wants to give back to the people. So it's 32 years of celebrating hair and just come out and get something from the vendors that are affordable and just take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Hmm.
We got to do that. Definitely.
Definitely.
Molly. Lady B, where you at? We love you. Thank you, Lady B.
Yeah, thank you, Lady B.
The B ski that they call him. Reese don't never like to end the show. We out, y'all.